Alright guys, so today I wanted to talk about the World Series of Warzone. A lot of people, have been watching that, playing that, getting to the events and stuff like that. There's been a lot of scrims of Swag where he would go on there and then just practice on what the actual thing is going to be like. And I just wanted to say some things of why I'm not doing it, or a lot of people aren't doing it, or just the whole aspect or thing about the World Series of Warzone that is really not fair to people who are actually really good at the game. And apart from that, the whole Warzone thing in general, you guys already know. I made this, I said a lot of these things when I was talking about my ranked video for ranked coming to Warzone. It's mainly going to be for Caldera, and it is coming very soon. It was somewhere around here, like right there. My thoughts on the new ranked system. So Warzone is the least competitive game I've ever played in my entire life. That's mainly because of the whole Battle Royale concept, I think, as well. I don't want to completely say, oh, it's because, too much RNG and stuff like that, because you have things like Fortnite or Apex where they do have a lot of randomness that comes into play. But with those games compared to Warzone, they do have a higher skill gap than what this game has. And especially with the whole Caldera aspect, it's so easy for you to stack with your team and team on one person to be able to take them out the game. And then if you take an entire good team out the game, then it's like, that pro team that is all solo quadding and doing their own thing is getting wiped out instantly, and they're not getting enough kills to qualify for the thing itself. So there is the whole stacking element to the game. And on top of that, with Fortnite or Apex, stacking isn't as bad because you have certain things or certain mechanics of the game that increases the skill gap in order to kind of counteract that. So of course, a 4-to-1 ratio of killing a person is always going to have the advantage on the 4 people. But since the skill gap is so high in a game like Fortnite, you can kind of maneuver around other players or do some other mechanics in order to give you that advantage. With Warzone, the main things that make you really good at the game are either your movement, which is like slide canceling, bunny hopping and stuff like that, which you're gonna be doing in a short space. It's not like you're flying across the map, so that also decreases the skill gap. On top of that, the whole centering aspect, once you really get the hang of centering, it's not that hard. So if you have a better centering than some other person, it's not really going to take you from destroying an entire team of 4 just because your centering is really good at the game and you know how to slide cancel. There's not a really good thing that just takes apart the good players from the average players from the bad players. It's usually you know how to do these things or you don't. And also with meta weapons, if you have loadout, you're going to be able to destroy a team like really easily than if they don't have their loadout, even if they're better than you. So if you're better than me, if you're way better than me, yet I have an overpowered weapon and you don't, I can still, for the most part, delete you from the game because I have the better weapons that have faster times to kill. So that was skill based. I think is just really bad to the point where you can't have a super competitive game, but that is not the only thing that makes the World Series of Warzone or other events less competitive. And you can say, oh, well, Fithiel, you haven't tried this out for yourself, you haven't done this type of thing, so how do you know that you won't be really good at the game if you don't try it yourself? Well, they had a game just like this where they did it for Rebirth. It was the same exact format, the same exact site, game battles that they were doing it from, where you go in there, you register your team, and you pretty much try to get as many kills as possible with as many placements in order to be put above the other teams. And I think the top 40 people were able to make it to the next qualifiers or whatever. And the thing about this, which a lot of people are already complaining about the World Series of Warzone, is that it is whoever gets the easier lobby. And of course, if it's about that, then that's where the whole VPN aspect comes in. Now, they have banned people for using VPNs. I don't think they really have any proof other than the lobby that somebody pulls a 0.4 lobby when everyone else is getting 1.2 KD lobbies. So that's an obvious, oh, guy was VPNing. On top of that too, in other tournaments that I played in, they'd actually they'd make you show your task manager, other things like that, and then immediately start up your game. Because I think how the VPN works is if you try to like change it or turn it off while you're in the middle of a game, I think it kicks you out or something weird. But you can't have a VPN on and then take your game off and then or you can't turn your VPN off while you're in the middle of a game, just that. So that also prevents or denies the VPN thing. But if you have millions of teams competing, or just a bunch of people competing and they're only taking the top 40, you're not going to have people check every single individual stream to make sure that those people aren't cheating. So that means people are going to use VPNs, whether it's in the rules or not. They're still going to use it, because if you don't use it, then other people are going to use it, and it creates the whole thing of, oh, VPNs aren't allowed but other people are using it. I want to win the World Series of Warzone, so I'm going to use it too. And it's just a whole big battle of who has the better VPN. Because even if you have a VPN, right, you can have a bad VPN. Maybe you have a VPN and it gives you 0.8 KD lobbies, but someone's picking the right location, or they have the best VPN or something, and then they're going down to the 0.4 KD lobbies like they have, and they were dropping more kills than like the biggest streamers that were in the tournament. So it was just really bad. It was the scrims too. I don't even think it was the official thing yet, but they got their things blacklisted or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened with that situation. But let's just take VPNs out, right? We already know that VPNs are going to ruin the competitive side of Warzone. You take VPNs out, you are still going to perform based on the lobby's average, or however good the lobby is. So if the lobby is really bad, then you're going to perform well, and you can even perform better than a lot of people who are better than you, because those better players are getting harder lobbies. So in the end, the whole skill gap is getting crushed until good players and bad players being very similar to each other, which is very annoying, because this is the World Series of Warzone. This is where the best players in this game come together and just try to perform in front of all these people. So it is very sad that it does have to come down to that, because again, like I said, the whole RNG aspect of randomness of Battle Royales, where if I'm playing in a Battle Royale, I have to rely on this spot getting enough loot, or if other teams land on the spot, you know, if I'm by myself, then yeah, I get all the loot to myself, but then again, I may not get kills. But if all the people come over here and I die off instantly, well, then I got no kills. So it's a whole bunch of randomness that does happen. And on top of that, if you have a low skill gap, and on top of that, if you have really hard lobbies compared to very body lobbies, it just ruins the whole competitive thing of the game. You could try your best to limit that as much as, okay, well, if you have a 0.8 KD lobby, right, or a bad lobby, then if you drop a 30 bomb, that 30 bomb only counts as 22 or 23 points. You could do that. That's one genius way to eliminate this whole VPN, or just the whole getting easy lobbies and hard lobbies, because it's not fair that somebody has a bad night where they're getting 1.2 KD lobbies and all these people are getting 0.9s and their kills count as the same. On top of that too, right, the whole practicing thing. Sometimes I hate practicing in front of a tournament or before a tournament, because if I have a tournament where it's about getting the most kills as you can, if I'm practicing, warming up, and just trying my hardest to be really good at the game and practice getting 30 bombs so that I can get more 30 bombs, then when I enter the tournament, the skill-based matchmaking is like, oh, you just played a few games. Well, we're going to turn your skill-based matchmaking up and put you in really hard lobbies because you were just performing very well. So it's like, good players practice all the time. Good players always practice how they play. They do in-game practices, you know, practicing in public lobbies so that they can prepare for being in tournament mode. But if you're in tournament mode and your lobbies are 2 times harder than somebody who's like, all right, you know, let me get on the game. I haven't practiced. Maybe I've been sleeping or doing something lazy, and I get on the game. Okay, I have really easy lobbies, so I'm not even practiced, not even warmed up, and I still drop a 30 because the lobbies are super easy because I never played skill-based matchmaking. So that it just really sucks. This game is super uncompetitive. It really is, and it bothers me a lot because I'm a very competitive person. You can see my entire channel is all how to get better and stuff like that. I really try to make people better at the game, and it's just very annoying for me when you keep punishing your players for being good at the game. There's people who play the game for fun. You want to get on, buy some stuff, okay, play with friends, that's fine. And there's different people who, yes, they play it for fun, but their fun is destroying people because they are really good at the game and getting better each and every time. I love to see progress. I'm a man of progress. And if I can see myself getting better over and over, from movements to aiming better and to do all these other things, and then just to see me still be on the same level as somebody who barely has the game, has work, or just spends so much time with other people in his life, his friends, his girlfriend, whatever he wants to do, gets on the game and then just destroys me in a kill race because he's out here getting 0.82 lobbies and I'm out here getting 1.1s. It's just not fair. It really isn't. You're punishing me because I am very good at the game and I try hard over and over and over. There's no way that, you know, I'm not getting the satisfaction that I'm supposed to be guaranteed from when I'm getting good at the game and being a good player. So that whole thing is just very annoying. Me myself, I didn't want to play the World Series of Warzone. I don't play Caldera. I really don't. I think Caldera, the skill gap's probably higher than Rebirth, probably is, because you have so many other things that play in a part. But you do have to play more as a team. There's so many open spots where you can get beamed from, and for me that's not fun. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I've even played Titanium Trials. Didn't want to stream it, of course. It took me like hours on hours on hours just to get 4 wins for that liquid metal skin, which is very annoying. And the way that I won that was I literally got recons, sat in a building with 3 other people, right? We were a 4-man squad hiding in a building for circles on circles, and every single time someone approached us, we used heartbeats. We're like, oh, there's a guy over there, let's go team on him. And we would just stack team on him, and then even in the end there was like 4 teams left. We were out in the open. We had to face 3 other stacking teams. It's just not fun. The whole stacking thing is very annoying. It's not even stacking like, okay, you get that position over there, you get that position over there, we're gonna work as a team, cover every angle, and then just use comms and stuff. No, it's alright, somebody's coming up, everybody aim at this door, so when they walk in, we destroy them. It's that bad. It's so bad. I really hate that competitive aspect. That it's not competitive at all. I do think Rebirth eliminates a lot of that too. That's why I love Rebirth. A lot of the people in the COD community love Rebirth with a passion, because it's a lot more fast-paced. People don't hold hands as much, and it's more geared towards map knowledge, knowing certain spots. And I think it's a lot more competitive than Caldera. To the fact that it's competitive for you, not for competitive as a team. Because yeah, you can work as a team, but it's not fun. It's not the way I want to play the game. It's not at all. So that is my thoughts on the World Series of Warzone. I really don't like it. I think it's very dumb. It was kind of cool with Verdansk though. I kind of liked it, but even in the Verdansk aspect, even though there is a lot of things in that map that did have a higher skill gap, or was more fun to play individually too, because there's a lot more buildings in certain places like that was actually fair compared to Caldera. I still don't think Verdansk would have been super competitive either, because again, it's if you pull a really good lobby. And in the end, okay, well, you could have been versing pro players, right? You could have been in a custom lobby where all you do is verse pro players. Well, then we eliminate the aspect of the good lobbies, right? The VPNs, those are gone, because you're versing really good players who are on your skill level. But then we still have, okay, whoever gets to load out first, the whole if I spawn into an area and we have other teams with me, because if you take 4 pro teams, put them into one area, only one team's coming out of there alive. The other teams could have been better, but we have third parties involved and other things that can help manipulate the game. So there's so many factors that come into this. It's not competitive. It's not as competitive as I wish for it to be. Hopefully in Warzone 2 they have some type of system like this, or some type of rank system that's actually fair to the people who play the game and people who grind this game over and over, and have fair mechanics other than stacking, sitting in a corner waiting for a win. Even like the Apex rank system I think is beautiful, because you can still stack and wait in a corner for so long, but if you don't have enough kills, you're not going to get as high MMR, or whatever they call it, ranking system points to be able to reach the next level. So hopefully it's a ranked system like Apex. And those are my thoughts on the World Series of Warzone.